Howdy, welcome back. This is a continuation of week 33. I'm going to talk about dating after weight loss. And first I need to just say how ADHD I am. And I have like 5 projects going on right now. I'm in the middle of grouting a floor. I just made the first video. I'm trying to make this video. I'm cooking. As you can see behind me, there's a huge pile of clothes that need to be hung up, but I'm bouncing back and forth between each project, so this whole process has taken me like 4 hours, which is a little bit ridiculous, but it's kind of how my brain works. It's just like all over the place, as you can probably tell by sometimes the way I talk. Anywho, dating after weight loss. For some reason I've been wanting to do this video, but I've been kind of avoiding it. I think sometimes, and this is kind of how therapy works too, is like once you verbalize something, you kind of realize how silly it is, and then you stop doing the particular thing you were doing. So I have a feeling that, some of the stuff in the video feels like a mute point at this juncture. I didn't want to say mute point at this point because it would have sounded weird. So a mute point at this juncture. However, I'm going to say it because it is something that I went through. So Jerry and I have been seeing each other for about 3 months. After I get over my initial weirdness of my fear of intimacy and fear of commitment and fear of whatever, I started to roll a little bit better with the situation. And let me say one thing is, when I was fat, I did everything in my power to avoid attention in dating. In fact, one of the biggest reasons that I stayed heavy is to keep people away from me. I didn't want people to be attracted to me. I didn't want people to pay attention to me. I actually intentionally dressed very unflattering. Looking back at it, I see that's what it was. When I was right in the middle of it, I wasn't really, thinking of it in that way. But I used to wear like men's jeans and hoodies all the time and never makeup, and my hair looked like crap. And it was like I did anything possible to make myself ugly. So anyways, now that I'm getting attention and being close with someone, it tends to bring up other issues. And one of the things that started to kind of creep back up on me was my body issues. Because just like I posted in the last video, there was a point when I said, if I don't lose any more weight, I'm happy here. However, for some reason that started to change, and I started to get really obsessed with losing more weight and feeling fat and being self-conscious. And, I don't know what he's thinking when I do certain things, but I can only think, if somebody did this to me, I would take it personal. Some of the things I've done that I think could possibly drive a wedge if I continue to do it is, pulling away when he tries to give me attention. For instance, one day we were eating sushi and I realized that I had little pictures of sushi on my underwear. So I went to show him, and I kind of like lift down the edge of my pants, and he went to pull it down a little more so he could see, and I like pulled away really quick so he couldn't see. And he's kind of like, well, what are you doing? I've seen you naked before. And I'm like, I don't know. So other times when he might try to like lift up my shirt, and I like push it down and won't let him see because I'm just being self-conscious, which is really silly. Being picked up by him, in all my adult life, I don't think anyone ever picked me up. He picks me up a lot. He even like tossed me over his shoulder one day. But at first, like anytime I would try to do it, I would try to like, sit down on the ground and make myself really heavy so he couldn't do it, because I was thinking like, God, he doesn't know how heavy I am. Like, he's not going to be able to pick me up, and then it's going to be embarrassing or whatever. But anyways, I've learned to let that go a little bit. A few weeks ago, we went to play pool. And for some reason, when I play pool and I go bowling, it brings up my self-image issues. I think it's because it's like, I don't know, I don't care when people have attention on me. I run groups for work and whatever, and I'll talk in front of people, and I do this. But it's like when you're doing that, for some reason I feel like there's more attention on you, and people can really see like your body, so I get paranoid. And there was a girl when we were playing pool a few tables down. I don't know her size. Maybe she weighed between 250, 300 pounds. So I'm like just kind of observing her, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm probably about her size. And I think my stomach probably looks about like that. And then, I'm not saying anything bad about her. I was just kind of thinking, okay, I'm about this size. And I started feeling really uncomfortable, like, oh, my stomach is just so huge, and I'm so big, and I'm not going to take off my jacket because then people are going to see my muffin top. And like, it was really making it, I kept thinking about it to the point where I wasn't enjoying playing pool anymore. So finally, all right, I'm going to say something to Jerry because I know I'm being ridiculous. But in my head, one part of me said, don't ask, because, it's absolutely ridiculous. You're smaller than her and you're going to look nuts. The other part of me that wins most of the time was saying, don't ask because you're actually larger than her and you can't handle hearing that. So eventually I ended up asking, and he looked at me like I was ridiculous and said, she's here and you're here. He's like, you're about half her size. But the thing is like, I just can't really get a good grasp on what size I am. Sorry, my dog is bugging me right now. Come here. I can't really get a good grasp on my size right now. And, I lost my train of thought completely. Anyways, I don't know. But I guess just, you know, being with someone makes you have to deal with your issues. It brings things up, you know, and I have to deal with those things. And what I actually said back when I had the video called Dating Dilemmas was that, you know, maybe my weight loss will stop or slow right now because this is also an area of my life that I need to look into. You know, I never would date before. I avoided it. I was scared of it. And now it's something that, you know, if I ever want to have a serious relationship or have kids or get married or anything like that, I'm going to have to look at it. So in another way, I'm not feeling so bad about not losing weight right now because, like I said, it was another area of my life that I needed to look at. And I do think that, you know, for a minute there, some of my bad eating did have to do with some of the anxiety I was feeling, some of the worrying. I was cheated on in the past, and that's actually when I gained a lot of weight and then stopped dating, was after I was cheated on. So I guess sometimes I worry about that, and then I'll start eating in response to my, you know, anxiousness or my stress or my worry. But I think I've been doing pretty well overall, and I guess that's all. That's all I can think of for. Oh, one other thing. Having someone here that kind of can, you know, see what I'm eating, or I can, like, you know, say, like, you know, I ate this, this, and this, and, like, kind of get a response from them. I was telling them, you know, I don't understand why I'm not losing weight, and I started coming home every day and saying, you know, today I ate this, today I ate this, today I ate this. One day I said, you know, for breakfast I had a protein shake. For lunch I had a small Wendy's chili. Oh, yeah, and somebody had cupcakes. I ate the frosting off the top of one of them. And I've been very resistant when he's telling me what to eat. He's saying, like, you know, just bring a sandwich to lunch for work, or to work for lunch, or, you know, just eat this or just eat this. And I'm always like, I don't want to eat it because it has carbs in it. And then he says, you know, you're going to eat a scoop of frosting, but you won't eat a sandwich. So I was thinking of how people say to anorexics, eat a fucking sandwich. So I kind of said to myself, Kelly, just eat a fucking sandwich. And actually, you know, being a little bit more realistic about it, I actually ate a sandwich the next day for lunch. Because, you know, I don't want to be scared of carbs and then, you know, end up going in the other direction and eating things that are high in carbs anyways because of the sugar, eating cookies and donuts and frosting, because I don't want to alternate between restricting myself and then being, you know, crazy with my eating, and then restricting myself and then being crazy with my eating. So I just want to get on a plan that's long term, that's going to be good for me. And I have to deal with issues along the way, whether it be dating or death or, you know, loss of work or job or, you know, whatever, like, you know, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself, but there's always going to be something in life that I have to deal with. So I just have to learn to roll with it. And right now I'm learning to roll with this. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.